I love these Things You Missed episodes. They're really fun to make, and they're a great way for me to explore the game with you guys while I work on bigger projects in the background. Anyway, like if you learn something new, dislike if you don't, etc, etc. So, there's this shard in the well if you knock down the rock, but everyone already knows that. Around the side though are these irritating pigs that chase you around the place if you aggro them. They're pretty evil, and I kind of mean that in more than one way, because did you know that they have around a 5% chance of dropping a cracked red-eye orb? I don't know if it's worth aggroing them for that though. I'm sure we all have fond memories of being chased around Majula by these little bastards, so is it worth it? It's up to you. While we're in this room, you'll notice this little book sticking out of the bookcase, and it was in Dark Souls 1 as well, in the Duke's archives. It's a little bit of an Easter egg at this point. So it's a reference to a real book, and you're gonna have to excuse me for butchering the French language, but I believe it's called Le Désir de Vivre by Paul Acker. This name translates to the desire to live. I guess it's kind of an ironic statement, considering how undead lose the desire to live, although whether it's ironic or not, I guess, depends on the content of the book. I would love to know what it's about. French Vaatividya fans, if you're out there, all three of you, you know what to do. Moving on, using a bonfire aesthetic in Majula adds an extra skeleton to the basement every time, which at New Game Plus 10 can get pretty ridiculous. Further within the basement are the fragments of the Lord Vessel, which can lead to all kinds of speculation. Here's a picture that was floating around a while ago showing the two pieces. It's clear that this is the same thing, but what is the significance of this? Feel free to debate in the comments, I'll probably just end up talking about it in another video. As we go deeper into the mansion, we find something else interesting. Did you know that if you kill a boss, then his corresponding area on the map will light up in flame? But that's not all. Did you also know that if you use a bonfire aesthetic on a corresponding boss and kill him in New Game Plus 10, then his flame will turn blue? I came across a thread on Reddit where people were discussing this, and people were kind of wondering, you know, what will happen if we kill all the bosses in New Game Plus 10? What happens if we turn all the flames blue? I think people are still holding out hope that there's something in this game that absolutely no one has discovered yet, and it's possible. We all hoped that the pendant would unlock some secret passageway in Dark Souls 1, and something along these lines is possible in Dark Souls 2, but it becomes more and more unlikely with every passing day. Another example of this is the Emerald Herald. In the credits there is credit given to the voice actor of the Herald as an adult, and the voice actor of the Herald as a child. Yet the child Herald isn't found within the game. Perhaps she'll be included in some sort of future DLC? We've been through the voice files of the game already, and I don't think we've found anything on this topic, but you can still hope. Moving along, you might think that the armor merchant just sells a limited amount of armor, but did you know that he sells more gear depending on how many souls you've traded with him? Buy 1,000 souls worth of armor and he'll sell the Elite Knight and the Royal Soldier set. Buy 16,000 souls worth of armor with him and he'll become really cocky, transforming from a little timid man into an arrogant one.
Sorry, have we met? Oh, sorry, it's just I've been awfully busy lately.
He then sells the Alva set, which is one of the better sets in the game, and there's also another secret here. If you come to him with 0 souls while he's in arrogant prick mode, then he'll take pity on you and he gives you the transparent Oros set for free. From Xiaoqua, we can get a bunch of really useful items. You'll need the cat ring to traverse the pit in Majula easily, but did you also know that she gives you a pair of boots that help with falling damage after you kill the Rat King? It's kind of annoying that she only gives them to you right after you really need them, but they're not bad. Also, you get the covetous Silver Serpent ring after purchasing 10,000 souls worth of items from Melentia. And moving on to another NPC, one of my favorites, this is Lenegrast, the blacksmith in Majula. His face is identical to the one you find on the Archstone in Demon Souls, the one that depicts the king of the burrowers underground. There's actually another reference to Demon Souls in Majula, or I think there is anyway. You see this map in the mansion? It's in one of the Demon Souls cinematics, I swear. This landmass off to the side almost perfectly matches the map of Drangleic in Majula, but notice I call these things references, not links to that game from a lore point of view. Dark Souls is a completely different universe to Demon Souls, and this has been pointed out by the devs multiple times. That doesn't mean you can't think of it as related in your own head. You can keep your own headcanon, but that's just what the devs have officially said. And that's pretty much it. Let me know how many you got out of 10, leave a like if you learned something new, but from this point on, this video is going to be a bit of an update video. For those of you who are interested, this is a chance to look at where we've been, and where we kind of need to go from here. It's almost like traveling to Majula after you beat a boss, then warping out to the next zone you need to conquer, you know? It's almost poetic. So, let's start with the videos I've made in the past. My Prepare to Cry series comes to mind first. There are some seriously heart-wrenching stories in Dark Souls 2, and I bet you missed a bunch of them, so I'm really looking forward to bringing them to life. But the thing is, as much as some of you might want me to, I'm not going to rush them out of the door for the sake of early views. I made the original Prepare to Cry about a year into the life of Dark Souls, and while I'm not going to wait nearly as long as that to release Prepare to Cry, I'm also not going to release them until I'm ready. If I do one, it's going to be done right, you know? Another thing that's worth mentioning is that people don't actually have a good idea of what's going on in Dark Souls 2 right now. Prepare to Cry is about interpretation of character stories. I take the most likely explanation and I bring it to life in a logical way. If people don't understand what's going on in Dark Souls 2, then they won't understand my interpretation. And if they don't understand my interpretation, then I'm going to have to spend a lot of time explaining it. And if I have to actually explain something too much in Prepare to Cry, then it's going to be really bad storytelling. So it makes sense for me to cover speculation first, so that's what I'm going to do. Prepare to Why, maybe? Still thinking about series names. Speaking of which, these past few days I've been working on a video summing up the main plot points in Dark Souls 2, and this is a gargantuan task, and the script for that video is already about 4,000 words long. It took a long time to tie everything together and to do all the research, so when you don't hear from me for a while, just assume I'm working on something bigger, because not every video can be made in a day or two. And speaking of bigger projects, I'm in something of a transition period with this channel right now. With all the pledges on Patreon, I now have the ability, because of you guys, to invest in really big projects, and it has to be bigger than I originally anticipated, you know, because I didn't know how much I was going to make. And one of my main goals with Patreon is to be able to afford more soul songs. So first off, that's what I've been doing. I've been painstakingly trying to find singers, songwriters, performers who can bring the Souls universe to life. And when you think about it, there aren't that many people who fit that criteria, you know? I have to search for all this talent myself, and it's hard to find the perfect person, you know? It's hard to find someone who can produce the tone, somebody who's happy with the rate I give them, somebody who has the free time, and someone willing to learn about the Souls universe. And then once I find that person, there's a lot of emailing back and forth as we hash out those details, so as you can imagine, this has taken up a lot of my time, but I've had a lot of success. I've found 2 people so far, and they're so good, I can't wait to share it with you. So, I think part of that is because when I tell them about this community, it's really hard not to be inspired. Because of you guys. So I've been busy compiling assets these past few days, things that tell them about the universe, documents, pictures, assets, videos, things that can guide them when they create a soul song for us. So again, just to reiterate, when you don't see a video pop up for a few days, assume that I'm working on some projects that will show up later. So, how many of you are looking forward to the PC version? I'm so keen. I can't wait. One of the best things about Dark Souls PC was that video creators could use Cheat Engine to manipulate the camera, get really cool angles, and also, most importantly, warp to any bonfire from the very start of the game. This saved so much time and allowed for much better videos. That's another reason I'm not going to bother making many Prepare to Cry videos until PC. Those videos deserve better resolution and more polish that I can give them, and the PC version will allow me to give them that level of polish. In terms of content on the channel right now, I want the next few weeks and maybe months to be about exploring the game with you guys. That's the theme, and story mode is a part of that. It's about exploring the story one step at a time, and the Things You Missed series is just about that as well. It's about combing every area for interesting tidbits and putting those in a focused video that's fun to watch. Story mode and Things You Missed will probably be expanded to include more areas in future. I realized that my Things Betwixt episode didn't really have enough good facts, and so from now on I think I'll only cover areas where there are seriously some hidden things. As usual, this short video has no irritating ads thanks to the folks over at patreon.com, so click the bonfire if you're interested in helping out, and I'll catch you guys next time.